Hello and welcome everybody. Today we are going to build this kind of a simple rocket, just kind of like a beginner rocket, and we're gonna take it to space, and hopefully we'll make it to orbit. And otherwise, we're gonna show you how to do a re-entry with just an engine, without using any heat plates. As you can see, I've already gathered all of the things that I need. I kind of pre-built the rocket and then I separated it. So we'll walk you through step by step. First thing you want is you want to have a parachute. That's the most important thing for deorbiting and coming back down to the surface. You gotta have one. And you want to make sure that that parachute stays your last stage. And then once you've gotten that guy on, you're going to go ahead and throw on a little bit of fuel and just a small little engine. It's going to be more than enough. Your 3.7 tons at 60 kilonewtons of thrust and vacuum. So this guy's going to help you out a pretty good bit when you're just this. Then we need to separate that stuff. And so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and kind of maintain our stages as we go. Or we want our engine to burn after our separator, but before our decoupler, but before our parachute. And then we're going to grab these fuel tanks here. And we're going to put them on something like so. And we have now an engine we want to put on right there, and this guy here is going to go on the three deals around. So we're going to grab our decoupler first. We want to go ahead and put our fin on. When you put your tail fins on, first you want to make sure that you're set up for 3, and make sure also that you are set up over here for angle snap. And you're going to want to put your tail fin on typically as you face out the bay door. You'll want to center it up to that. That way you know that when you're working with 3 things, only 2 of these guys are going to be firing off when you're making that turn. What that's going to do is it's going to produce less drag. Whereas if you offset it, then all 3 of them are going to have to work, and you're going to have to kind of angle and pitch it all kind of funny to get it to work out properly. And so now we'll go ahead and throw our rockets on there. And we're going to put this somewhere about right in this area roughly. Right, looks pretty fair, I think. And we're going to put this guy kind of right dead in the middle. And we're going to stack them on top there. And we're going to put one on the bottom right there. And we're going to take this guy, and now we want to go ahead and be sure to rotate the nose tip so that as you're looking at it, the nose tip, you want to point straight at the center of the rocket. Now, as we're flying, it's possible these could actually angle in and cause a problem, in that case, we'll go ahead and change that around. And so we want this guy to stay up above this engine, and before that engine goes, that guy goes, and that's going to go below the engine, by the way. And then these 3, and then these 3 engines here. Switch back over. We'll drop these 3 engines right here, and there we have it, a spaceship that is just about ready to fly. And so we will want to make sure that we have a Kerbal inside of the spaceship, and we do want to make sure that he's a pilot so he can actually navigate the ship. And so from here we should be able to launch this guy straight from the ground without having any issues whatsoever. And so we're going to save that as our beginner rocket. And here we go. Let's launch this guy and see what happens. Alright, so here we are on a launch pad. We're going to go ahead and turn our SAS on. That lets us know that the pilot's actually going to be driving. And we're just telling the pilot what to do, so he'll steer it more appropriately. I would imagine that's how it works anyhow. So, we actually don't want all four of those lower engines going off at the same time. We're going to set it up with these guys first. And we're going to go ahead and throw these in with our center engine so that when these guys run out of fuel and we let go of them, this engine will fire off immediately, hopefully clearing these rockets before they try to lean in and smack the ship. Or rocket, whatever you're going to call it today. So, remember we want to, as we go up, we want to go to the east, which is going to give us a nice little gravity fall. So here we go, on my mark. You're going to put the throttle all the way up on this guy. And we're going to keep an eye on our fuel. We've got lots of fuel. We're on infinite fuel. So we'll definitely get to space. So let's go ahead and revert the flight. And we'll turn all that stuff off for fun. And we'll turn all the cool stuff off. That's Alt 12, by the way. Alt 12 turns on all your cheat screens so you can do fun, cool stuff. So here we go. We're going to turn on our SAS, make sure our throttle is all the way up to full, and on my mark. And we're off. And as we approach around 1,000 meters or 1 kilometer, we're going to go ahead and start kicking over towards 90. And we're going to try and keep it in that main direction there. I like to do a hard, fast, quick roll. Gives you a little bit more speed as you're kicking out and you're not climbing so hard. And there you have it. Basically, you pay attention to your ball right there, and you're just going to kind of use your D key and get it down towards 90 degrees, and we're going to just accelerate on through this. We're down at half fuel, and we are coming up quick, so we're going to go ahead and we have a Kerbal in there. We don't want to kill him. We need to kick our D-force down. We want to keep this meter somewhere around the green. Keeps him happy that way. And we sent all 4 engines anyway, so that's no fun. We just need to fight through it. And to get popped up into the atmosphere. Or out of the atmosphere anyway. So I think we should have a safe orbit. So here we're going to just click on our trajectory line there, and we're going to add a maneuver, and we're going to go prograde, which is this circle thing with the lines on the outside. The one with the X's is called retrograde. That's going backwards. So we're going to accelerate this, and one thing you can do is you can pop up your menu or your nav ball here, and on the right hand side it'll show your estimated burn time and time till you actually get to the node that you're trying to adjust, and also allows you to control things as far as your SAS, where your pilot's facing, and you can turn your engines off and on. So right now we're looking at a 22-second burn. Let's see what we get with the rest of our fuel. One thing I like to do to kind of speed things along is warp to the next maneuver. Keeping in mind, we need to be able to start our burn at 11 seconds. That'll compensate for the difference of whatever it is that there's a difference of. And we should be exactly dead on if we actually have that much fuel in our tanks. I don't think we did. It's not 22 seconds, that's a couple seconds. But we're gonna take what we can get from it, and maybe we'll use a little bit of our other engine, or rocket engine, to make sure we're in the right spot. And here we go, and 2, 1, there we go, starting our burn. At this point, we're not terribly concerned with G-forces. We need to not run out of fuel like we just did. So we're gonna go ahead and drop everything, actually, because we don't need none of it. And now this guy should actually be able to help us out a little bit. Oh, what? Man, we gotta activate, don't we? Now look at that. This engine does not give us an electrical charge, which puts us in a big troublesome way. So we're gonna stop this here, and we'll just deorbit from the other side. We'll go ahead and turn retrograde. Drop this down somewhere around 30. And then we will turn off the SAS. That's close enough. Alright, so we're going to turn off the SAS. That's going to help save us some power there. And just for fun, we're going to do us a little evac to get some quick, easy science. Yeah, evac, he gets out and he just waits for you. And you go ahead and you do that and you keep it. Don't email anything back in the ship. Now we're gonna do a crew report as well, and we've already done a crew report here, so it doesn't do us any good. So as we tumble across the area, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that guy, and we should land somewhere maybe over in here around the sun, hopefully. So let's go ahead and fast travel, say to right there maybe. If we get too low, we'll freak out and like stop the time and all that fun stuff. And there we are at 63,000. We're gonna go ahead and turn on our SAS, point this guy at retrograde, and we will then turn off the SAS. And let them float backwards for a little bit, see what happens. The one thing that's going to be really great is we're going to use our rocket to help us slow down a good bit. Which is always a handy thing to be able to do. We are dropping really fast. Looks like about 100 meters per half a second, so about 200 meters a second. Which is really fast. If you think about it. A kilometer every 5 or 6 seconds. Wick. Alright, so now we're going to turn that on. We're going to go straight to retrograde. We're starting to light up a little bit. And we can actually sit here without too much problems with heat. We might have to adjust one direction or another to to get it to work out properly. But what we're going to do, since our power is running out really fast, is we're going to slow this guy down a lot. We don't want to end up in a situation where we have no power and we start tumbling through this really hot stuff called an atmosphere. Basically what happens is you come in so fast and it creates so much pressure because you have to move all that air like just instantly, nearly. And it causes the air molecules to grow friction against your ship. And so your ship actually becomes hot. Catches on fire from going so fast. There we go. We are out of power. And we're just kind of, we're hoping this guy's going to work out the way it's supposed to. We're just burning them out. Nice and slow now. At 35,000. Be cool if we could see the ship, huh? That'd be awesome. You know, that's not good. That's not good at all. But it's okay. We're gonna make this happen. It's gonna be okay. It's not being helpful. Oh, we're going way too fast and crash. And there you have it. That is exactly how you kill a pilot in Kerbal Space Program. I'm glad I could be here to show you this video today. Hope you guys check out my next video. And we'll see you next time. Remember, fly safe.